Hi, folks. Thanks for listening. I'm coming to you from PCI, Petition Corruption Info. So let's talk about a huge main coordinator, one of Angelo Paparella, PCI's main coordinators. There's about 5 or 6 of them. You will learn more about them in the future. I am going to talk to you about a lady named Ileen Ray. On a petition drive she did a contract with to gather signatures. This was not a PCI contract. This was a local contract that Ileen Ray got herself. So this is an issue that's very near and dear to my heart. It was protecting marijuana rights in Bakersfield. And at the time, I was in Bakersfield, kind of off work and visiting some of my family that lives in Bakersfield. And I was just hanging out. I was shopping at the mall one day, and a few people walk up to me with clipboards and, asking me if I'm registered to vote. And I'm like, yeah, I'm registered to vote. And I told them I wasn't registered there. And they're like, oh, okay, well, and, I'm just really curious of what they're doing because that's basically what I do. And they said, well, we're getting signatures to protect marijuana rights in Bakersfield and registering people to vote. And I asked them how they were doing it and what they were telling people, and looked at their petitions, and they weren't really gathering the information correctly on the petitions. There was a lot of missing information, and the registered voter forms were filled out incorrectly. So, it just wasn't gonna count, basically. They were wasting their time, and I asked them immediately. I'm like, what lawyer are you working for that drew up this petition? Because I would like to contact him and talk to him about helping this campaign out, because I promote, I'm a marijuana advocate because I suffer from traumatic brain injury, TBI, PTSD, and the PTSD gives me severe anxiety and panic attacks. So I've used marijuana frequently in my life to help with these things. So they proceeded to tell me that the lawyer's Phil Ganong, and they gave me his cell phone number, and I contacted him immediately. And I found out exactly what was going on. I knew they only had 30 days once they started the referendum, because referendums only have a deadline of 30 days to complete in California. And if you don't get enough signatures, your referendum fails to make it on the ballot, and people don't get a vote on it. Well, Phil Ganong said the Ileen Ray contracted with their group to get the signatures for them to get it on the ballot. And I said, well, where are Ileen Ray's people at? And Phil said they were going to be 7 days late because Ileen Ray had her whole crew working on another local project in California, and once they finished that, they were going to come gather signatures in Bakersfield for the marijuana referendum. I said, there's no time to waste, Phil. I don't think you're going to make it. And Phil looked at the contract, and the contract, there was no exclusivity clause in the contract that Ileen Ray signed. So he was like, Aaron, if you want to help us gather signatures, I will also give you a portion of the contract, and you can bring in a crew of people, and we'll get this done, and we'll all work together. Well, I was super excited, to be working on this referendum that I was very passionate about. And I teamed up with one of my good buddies, Scott, and between the two of us, we got in around 17 petitioners within 24 to 48 hours. We had them flying in, busing in, driving in, doing whatever they can to get in, because there was really no petition work at the time. So everybody was flooding to Bakersfield. I rented an office to do validation on the signatures, to make sure the signatures were verified voters and that they would count, and had a office lady, got everything together really fast, and everybody started working. I think we gathered like over 1,000 signatures on the first day. And me and Scott were out getting some office supplies for the office, and Scott ran into a petitioner in the field that wasn't ours, and he said, "How much are you getting paid?" And he said, "Well, whatever you're getting paid, I will give you 50 cents more than what you're getting paid, so you should come work for us." Well, he kind of screwed up by doing that, because he said it right in front of a petitioner that was actually being trained by Ileen Ray, main sub-coordinator, who works directly under her, that was in charge of the project. He was on the ground in Bakersfield. Ileen Ray was back at her house in Sacramento, and she rarely ever goes anywhere to manage anything. She has people do it for her. So anyway, Scott said that right in front of Brian Schreier, and then the next day we get a call from Phil Ganong, the lawyer. Ileen Ray found out we were offering a higher street price, because we weren't really charging for validation. We were going to do it for free, and Ileen Ray runs a big money scheme to make the most money off of the signatures, instead of giving the petitioners who are out there working in the heat more money. Me and Scott, being petitioners ourselves, we really feel for the petitioners and know that they deserve more money for their hard work and effort. Anyway, Ileen Ray contacted Phil Ganong, the marijuana referendum lawyer, and said, if these two people are not kicked off if you do not cancel their contract on the marijuana referendum, I am going to pull my whole team and cancel my contract. Well, the Political Action Committee, the PAC, and the lawyer got scared and caved to Ileen Ray's pressure and told me and Scott that we're done. Our contract was canceled, even though we signed it and everything. And Phil told me this horrible news, and basically a lot of these petitioners were destitute. Some of them went to the streets, had to sleep on the streets. Some of them went homeless in their cars. Some of them, I don't even know how they got home. But that's basically the petition industry for you. Ileen Ray is a very greedy, very rich millionaire who actually grows marijuana in her backyard. So you would think she would want to help out, but she waited 7 days to get anybody on the ground. Time was running out, and that's how it goes. But thanks for listening, folks. Stay tuned.